Wow. Okay. So let's just say that you had your three bids, you analyzed them, you have already selected one. I'm guessing after that there's going to need to be a contract in place. So what things would you like to see in the contract? What clauses? What elements? Who writes the contract? Is it them? Is it you? Do you have external help?
Actually, it is word in both ways. Let me is I'm going to be answer part of the questions because like it's two or three questions in the same one. So, what is the first? For the first thing, yes, absolutely. I recommend that everybody do a contract with the subcontractor. Even now we had a subcontractor that we using for many of the projects. We never do any project without a contract, even if I know him for a long time. We never know when it's going to appear a problem of an issue. So we have to prepare always, and we always have to look for our best way to resolve things. Okay, so yeah, contract is necessary. Most of the time I write the contract, we already have in place one contract. We just change names or whatever it is. And people who work with us are very familiar with the contract. It's not a long contract with a long clauses that they don't even understand. I mean, we're very clear in the language that we use in our contract as well. So we very clear. We spend the time, especially for those that are new with us, we spend the time to go over all the items in the contract. Especially what is the items, the clauses that you mentioned, the clauses, as very important to hold those clauses in there. One of the biggest for us is the confidentiality clause there. Um, is something that it has to specify in the contract. The other one is about termination clauses. And I think this is the big one as well, because subcontractors had the tendency to say what you want to hear. Oh, I finished this in a month. And after 2, 3 months, they had not finished and they don't, and this is not seeing that they're going to finish sooner. So really, the termination clause are very important to be in the contract. Indemnization clause, yeah, this clause establishes the obligations of each part. If we break any of those responsibilities, that's why we had that clause over there, and we have the explanation on what is going to follow if that happens. And I think this is the three ones more important clause that we have in our contract. We I think this is also one of the things that we want to do when, as part of the contract, that we track work progress, and the work progress will be able to identify if they really follow the contract guidelines, or there are something that we can maybe need to talk and or to change. Um, Also, one of the things is the important and be clear on the contract, the amount of the contract, and the project in details. What they're going to do in the project, and details, especially if they're going to put some kind of material on the contract, or they're going to provide material. It has to be very clear in the contract what it is. So yeah, I think this is the three clause that we have in our contract. So I'm going to repeat those again. That's the termination clause, the indemnification clause, and the confidentiality clause.
Okay. And are there any specific clauses to protect you both, the contractor or subcontractor, and yourself? Is there anything very specific that would, you know, make it safe for you to enter a contract?
Yes, this three clause that I mentioned before. It has that explanation in a very clear and short way. If they break or any of the parties break those clauses, this is what is going to happen. And that's why we sit down with them before we start any project and go over the contract and make sign the contract. And it has to be both signatures, their signature, our signature as well, because it's the compromise between each other to that specific project. So yeah, it definitely is. It has to be specified and very clear in those clauses. What is the consequences if the one of the parties break any of the clauses? Yes.